So lovely to see you.
Always lovely to see you.
Always a pleasure. It's so quiet, so intimate. There's just you, me, the fireplace. The thing. And about 75 people over there.
I mean, why not?
Bigger is better. There's got to be more people.
Of course it is, darling.
Just the way it should be.
Yes.
I mean, here we are talking about Christmas already. I think, obviously, the master plan for you is just to take over Christmas completely, isn't it?
No, I just want to experience Christmas. I love the holidays. What can I say?
But I mean, the song. I mean, we always go back to the song. And we said this before, and it is true, you know, that it's like the one Christmas song that you can just hear over and over and over again. You never get fed up.
Well, if you feel that way, then I'm happy.
Yeah, but what about for you?
Well, for me, I try not to listen to it until Christmas. I have to admit because I'm working on a new album, not Christmas album, and I'm in the middle of working. And the other day, just for laughs, I just listened to All I Want for Christmas Is You, just to see how it made me feel. And I was like, you know, this song might be something.
I know, imagine that was your only one hit. What a hit it would have been to have, just that one, eh?
I mean, it's a pretty good one.
It's certainly... Actually, one thing that we've never talked about, and because I do love it so much, just talk me through then you writing it at the time.
Okay, so this was like very early on in my career. And obviously I've always written my own songs, and the idea came to me. The record company had an idea, we'll do a Christmas album. And I was like, isn't it a little early on for me to be doing this? And I didn't quite understand. Of course, I've always loved Christmas. It's like, you know, that's who I am. And so I sat down and I actually wrote most of it on this little keyboard that I had upstate New York in this house where I spent a lot of time. And I just was thinking, like, what are all the things, when I was writing it down, like, just what things make me happy at Christmas? What do I want to write about? What do I want to sing about? What do I want to hear? Because I'm a fan of a lot of different people's Christmas music as well.
Did it change much from that initial writing session?
No, it pretty much stayed the same.
That was it? It just flowed?
Yeah, and I knew I wanted it to feel like a classic record. So even back then, it wasn't like a... I think the reason it endures is because it's not a dated thing. Like, I tried to make it feel like it was retro even back then.
Yeah, because that's the other great thing, because you couldn't really even redo it now. That's the point, because that's it.
Well, a lot of people redo it.
Yeah, they do, but not you. Never.
I actually did it. I have 2 Christmas albums, Merry Christmas to You, and I did it on the second Christmas album as well. And I did another version with Justin Bieber, because he was
that's right, yeah.
So, the song works, but I feel like the original has a specific formula that is kind of like, there is something about it.
Exactly. If it ain't broke.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thankful for it. I really am. It's a fun song, you know.
Yeah, and just every year those royalties, it's just all right, isn't it?
I'm not even thinking about it. Honestly, I'm just like, I've been doing Christmas shows and working up until the last minute. Yeah. And the only thing about that is, as festive as it is, it's not the same as having downtime to actually go Christmas shopping and spend time with family and friends. So, you know, we love to spend time with family and friends, and we want to make sure we have enough time to do that.
But you have people who shop, surely.
I know, but it's not the same. I am that festive. I want to go out and shop for the gifts myself and do as much as I can.
But can you actually get out there in the shops? I mean, do you go in disguise? What do you do?
Honestly, I haven't been able to do it very much. I go when I'm in Aspen. I go to Aspen, and there it's just like, whatever. Everybody's there. The shops. It's not that big a deal. They're used to me by now.
And are you big? Do you spend big when you shop? I
mean, that's not the goal, but I think it ends up happening.
You burn the credit cards?
It's probably the only time of year that I'm doing that.
Aww. Yeah. Oh. So now, in terms of the tour, coming back over to the UK again, so now when it comes to the Christmas audience, is it a different vibe, you know, when you're on stage?
It really, it's a totally different vibe, because I'm approaching it as a fan of Christmas. Like, what songs do I really want to hear from my, like, what would make me happy to go and have a Christmas extravaganza, some type of an experience at Christmas time with family or with friends, or just to get into the Christmas spirit. So I just, like I said, I have 2 Christmas albums. I do material from both of those records, and usually end with All I Want for Christmas Is You.
But of course, put you on the spot then. One Christmas song that you wish you had written.
Oh, I can't do that. I'm fortunate. I'm thankful that I wrote the Christmas songs that I've written, and especially All I Want for Christmas Is You. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I'm a fan of, like, there's so many great Christmas albums. I like to have a playlist every year at Christmas, and so I mix my own songs in there as well.
Of course.
But sometimes you don't want to hear yourself, but like at Christmas I make an exception, and so I listen to, like, the Jackson 5 has a great Christmas album. Donny Hathaway. There's so many just traditional records and things that I like as well.
And do the twins? Do they get it now?
Oh, they've been getting it. They love Christmas. They do. Yeah. And I'm just almost like, let me not force this on them, because I don't want them to do the opposite and then not be festive. But they start talking about it, like, months and months in advance.
And how do they feel about All I Want for Christmas Is You?
They like it. They sing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I hope they continue to like it as they grow up. But yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
First Christmas memory then for you. What was the first one you remember that was that special?
I just always remember loving that time of year. I mean, I grew up, my parents were divorced, and my mom didn't have a lot of money, and so she would try to make it festive no matter what we did. So even if she had to wrap up even fruit and gave it to me, it just was the act of opening presents and making it, having a good time.
So, not to get too serious for a minute, but what I love is that you've talked about the health issues. And I was talking with Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, as well, and how good I think it is when people like yourself come out and talk about these things. Because I think everyone just sees you on that pedestal and thinks your life's just so wonderful and you've got everything, and, there's no need to worry about anything.
Yeah. Well, the thing that some people don't realize is, like, before all this started, we're all just people, and everybody has their own stuff that they deal with, that grew up dealing with, or just any type of adversity that you have to overcome. And I think that's always, like, propelled me to push through any type of situation. And that's why I'm also, like, so festive. And the holidays, I'm like, this is going to be fun, no matter what.
Yeah, well, I was thinking maybe that was the thing, wasn't it? This is the time of year that I will definitely be very jolly, because you have to be.
I mean, I kind of try to be no matter what, but like you said, we all go through things, and that's, that's part of life. But the main thing is to stay hopeful and optimistic, I think. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've never looked better.
Well, darling, I appreciate it.
So are you at one of those just golden moments in your life at the moment, would you say? I'm in the studio making new music. That's great. That really fuels me, and it's always going to be my favorite thing. So it's a good time. Yeah. And in terms of when you're at your happiest, so you're at your happiest not on stage, when you're in the studio, when you're writing?
Well, I don't mean to say, like, I'm not happy on stage. No. Of course. No. Like, I love being with the fans. I love having, like, an interactive experience with the fans. I think that's what a lot of the people that have been a constant, been constantly, coming to the shows and been part of my life and my career, they know that it's, like, very one-on-one with me. You never quite know exactly what you're going to get. But I do love the studio. I started as a background singer and as a songwriter, so that's kind of my favorite thing.
Yeah. Is it that great thing with the audiences, especially the British audiences, because they tend to shout a lot, they're quite vocal?
I love the British audiences, yes.
What kind of things do they shout to you? Apart from "we love you," obviously.
I mean, I right now you're putting me on the spot, so I can't. But I'm looking forward to whatever they're going to shout next time. Because
that's a great thing. Because you're good with the hecklers.
I love, we love a good heckle every now and then, especially if they're saying something nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If they're not, I can't be responsible for what I say.
But that's the great thing. Nobody knows what they're going to get with you
that's
at
right,
times,
darling.
which is just brilliant. Exactly. And with the kids this Christmas, what's the plan with them?
The plan is to have the best Christmas ever. Every year. That's the plan.
Doesn't get better than that. So lovely to see you as always, and I look forward to seeing you in the UK.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.